Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Gabe, and Happy New Year. Oh my goodness, it has been almost a year that I've been making videos and that we've been, kind of in this community together. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate everybody who is subscribed and who watches the videos and who comments and has a conversation. And this has been a lot of fun, and I'm so glad, and I hope that we get to continue it into the new year. So for this video, I figured we would actually go through and check out all that Nintendo released within the past year, because there was a lot, and I was looking at a list, and obviously we're not going to go over everything, but I was looking at a list, and I can't believe some of the stuff that came out this year, back in like February, March. I forgot that it came out, basically, and it feels like that long ago. So I figured we'd take a trip down memory lane and see just what this year had to offer. I think that's always fun, and I'll give out some recommendations or just talk about the games as we do it. So here is this list, and you can see that it's a pretty nice infographic. It was made by Reddit user I Eat Dragons. So thank you for that. I'm going to use it and put it in here. So if we look at January, we had not a ton of stuff coming out that was really big on my like horizon. We had Werewolf, Heart of the Forest, Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection. I have these games on Steam, but I never actually played them. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. This was a huge one because it had some controversy. Like, I think it released and then it got pulled and then re-released because this is the complete edition. I don't totally remember, but yeah. We also have Hitman 3, which is the cloud version, which was one of the two cloud games on the Switch, I believe. It was this and Control, I'm pretty sure. Then we had Atelier Ryza 2 and Cyber Shadow and Gods Will Fall and whatever this is, something. Going to February, we got into some of the more like bigger titles, some of the things that I actually was able to get my hands on and play. We had Haven, Skyforce, Little Nightmares 2, which was pretty cool. Little Nightmares 1 is a great game, and I definitely recommend you pick that up. And then we have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This one was a huge game. Super Mario 3D World was released on the Wii U back in like 2013-ish, I think. And then they re-released it with Bowser's Fury onto the Nintendo Switch, and it was a great game. This one, Super Mario 3D World, I never played on the Wii U, so yeah, that was really nice to be able to get a modern version of it, even though it's not too old. It's 8 years old, which is pretty old, but it really holds up, I would say, as far as platformers and 3D platformers go. It's a really good game. It's semi 3D, 2D 3D platformer. And then Bowser's Fury. I actually never ended up playing this part of the game. Because I beat this and then moved on to something else. So Bowser's Fury, I've heard, is amazing. I need to actually go back and play it. We have Fallen Legion Revenants and Azure Lane. We got the Capcom Arcade Stadium and Persona 5 Strikers. Persona 5 Strikers, I heard, was really good, especially if you like the Persona games. I have never actually played them. And I've never played the Shin Megami Tensei games, which are like cousins, I think, of Persona 5. I don't know what the like relationship is, but basically that. We got the Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, and I did not pick this one up because I hated the first game. Obviously, some people really liked it. I think it was on NES. It was NES or SNES was the original one, and I was not a fan, so I did not pick this one up. And then Bravely Default 2, I picked it up. I have it on my shelf back there, but I've not played it because it's like a 120-hour game, and I have not had the time to do that. Going into March, we had Harvest Moon. We had a new Harvest Moon, didn't play it. Sea of Solitude, didn't play it. 2 Point Hospital Jumbo Edition. This one was released on the Epic Game Store, I think, and Steam. And then they brought it to Switch. And from what I've heard, it's a really good game for the Switch. It's a simulation type game. Apex Legends came on the 9th. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, that came. And I haven't played it. I have the trilogy, and I was thinking about actually playing it on the channel. Because Crash Bandicoot is really fun, and I love platformers, so this seems like a really good choice for me. Then we have RBI 21, Saviors of Sapphire Wings. Didn't play really any of these. Stubbs the Zombie. I think this one was free on Epic Game Store at one point. Plants vs. Zombie Battle of Neighborville. Did not play that. That was a first-person Plants vs. Zombie game, which is interesting. Overcooked and Stories of Seasons. I think this was DLC. And then Tales from the Borderlands. And then, obviously, the biggest one was Balan Wonderworld. I'm just kidding. Balan Wonderworld. People were like, this is going to be a really good game. And then it was basically one of the worst games of the year. I can't remember who did it. It was like Nintendo Life or Kotaku. Somebody rated this, and I think this was like the 5th worst game or the second worst. This might have been the second worst game of the year because, I mean, it was just absolutely atrocious. It was a really bad Mario Odyssey clone. And then the actual big one was Monster Hunter Rise, and I did end up getting this recently with a Target sale. I think it was like $25. So I picked it up. Haven't played it at all, but it is crazy to me. I went back and checked this because I was like, there's no way that came out in March of this year. But yeah, you know, it's weird because we moved. I was watching a streamer. Her name's Casey DeFreitas. She works for IGN, and she used to host the NVC podcast, and I absolutely love the Nintendo Voice Chat podcast, and I would recommend you listen to it if you are interested in Nintendo news. They're really, really good. But she used to host that, and I really like her stream. She's a really cool streamer as well, and she was streaming Monster Hunter Rise all the way back in March, and I was watching it back in my old apartment, and it's like, so much has happened this year, you know, that I'm like, that is crazy to think about. Alrighty, and going on to April, we have Star Wars Republic Commando, didn't play it, and then Pac-Man 99, that was a big one that came out. I remember that came out when I was house sitting for someone, and I remember playing it at their house, and I was like, this is really cool. Island, Trials of Cold Steel, blah, blah, blah. None of these things really interested me. And then you have new Pokemon Snap. And Julianne and I have played that, mainly Julianne, but it is a really fun game. It is very cute. You can do a lot of stuff in it. In terms of like content hours, you can play that game for a very long time. It's a lot of fun, and I definitely would recommend. If you haven't played the original, play this game. If you have played the original and you're looking for a big nostalgia trip, play this game because they took the original and made it better. So there you go. Moving on to May, you have RWBY. I still don't know what that stands for. Famicom Detective Club, and then Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. Those were two big ones, I remember. But I haven't played them. Leisure Suit Larry, SnowRunner, Dark Lion, Slaves of Fear. And then these were kind of the two big ones. You got Miitopia, which was actually a 3DS game. And a lot of people liked it. It's a cute, kind of quirky game. I think it worked well with Street Pass, so I don't think it worked as well with the Nintendo Switch. I could be wrong. The hype kind of came really high or really quickly and then died really quickly, so I don't know. But I also remember Knockout City. This felt like it was going to be a way bigger game. I remember watching Alana Pierce stream this, I think with Bruce Green, I think it might have been. Maybe John Smith, I don't know. They were watching this, or they were playing this, and it looked really fun. I never ended up playing it because I think it was like $30. I was like, this seems kind of like a Fall Guys kind of thing where there's a big hype and then it kind of dies out, unfortunately. But it looked like a fun game. You also had King of Seas, Shin Megami Tensei 3, Maneater, Super Bomberman R Online. I think this was supposed to be big. I don't remember it really. Stormground, World's End Club, and Wonder Boy. Nothing really left there that interested me. Superhero Girls, Ninja something, Game Builder Garage. That was a big one because a lot of people really like this one. It's basically an intro to game design, and if you have a young kid who's interested in that, they can really have a good time with this. Also, if you're interested in it and you've never designed a game before, but that's maybe a small passion of yours or a big passion, check this game out. If you maybe don't have a lot of experience, this will kind of guide you through it. They actually have like a tutorial of how to do it, and it's really cool. Strange Brigade, Alex Kidd, Worms, Legend of Mana, and then the biggest one this month was Mario Golf Super Rush, and that was kind of hyped up. People thought it would be really good. It wasn't as good as people were thinking. I remember I never actually got this one, so I don't know. But I remember reading a bunch of reviews and listening to podcasts about it, and they were just kind of like, it just kind of falls short in content. Like, you end up grinding and you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. It just isn't that fun because it's a lot of repetitiveness, and it's not great. Then you have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, Destroy All Humans, and Disgaea 6. And I believe that around this time, Disgaea 5 was free on the eShop for like a week, and I tried that, and I really liked it. It was really weird. It was really weird, actually. It was really fun, but it was really weird. And then I think that's Ski, and Doki Doki Literature Club. This game I've heard is amazing, have not played it, but I've heard it's really dark. If you like manga games, anime games, kind of like that, storybook games, something like that, check this out, because I heard it was really good. It's very dark from what I've heard, so check it out. You got Ys 2, or no, that's Ys 9. You can tell that I don't really follow this franchise. Silver something, Plague Tale, and then the big one for, well, actually there were three big ones now that I'm looking at it. Monster Hunter Stories 2 on the 9th. This game is amazing. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, really cool JRPG. The first Monster Hunter Stories game came out on the 3DS back a long time ago. I feel it was like 10 years ago now. Probably isn't. Let's see. Monster Hunter. Oh, wow. Okay, so Monster Hunter Stories actually came out in 2016. So it was only like 5 years ago that game came out. And then we got a sequel to it 5 years later, which that's a pretty good time frame for that, especially because, well, now that I think about it, I don't know if the same team works on Monster Hunter Stories that works on like the mainline Monster Hunter Rise, World, etc. So that's interesting. Anyway, Monster Hunter Stories 2 came out. It's a really fun game. I've spent like 25 to 30 hours in it probably. And it's a lot of fun. That is literally scratching the surface on this game, though, because this game is absolutely massive. I have not even begun to scratch the surface of this game, because it's like, the way that I play this game is, it is really nice, because it's the way it's set up is you can go back to it and not be completely lost like you are in other RPGs. So I kind of play that game in between other games. So like, if a game comes out, I play it, maybe play through it, beat it, whatever. And then while I'm waiting on the next game, I go back to Monster Hunter Stories, which is why I have not finished it yet. And then the big Nintendo release was Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, where they basically took the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword from the Wii U, and, or was it, hold on, Zelda Skyward Sword was released on the Wii. Okay. Man, I'm failing on my history right now. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword originally came out on the Wii, and then they remastered it, and it was pretty good. This is, from what I've heard, kind of, I don't know, some people call it the weakest entry in the Zelda series. I have not played it. I am probably going to look and get it from my local library and see if I can play it through there, because I really don't want to pay for this one, so I'm going to rent it from the library, because it's not one that I think that I'm going to enjoy too much. Moving on, we got Christ Tales, I don't know, Christ Tales. Then we moved on to Pokemon Unite, and this was a huge release. Pokemon Unite was, or is, a MOBA that revolves around the Pokemon universe. So you have, it's like Dota or League of Legends, where you have different lanes and you're trying to go up against another team and you're fighting that team for the most points. It's a really fun game. I spent like probably 30 to 40 hours in it. It's a good game. I would check it out, and it's free, so you might as well get it. Last stop, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I've heard this is really good. If you like Ace Attorney, I think this just chronicles all of them. It's got like 3 games in it. Samurai Warrior 5, The World Ends With You, and other stuff here. August, we have Falconeer, Shadowverse, Axiom Verge 2, and Slime Rancher. These are 2 indie titles that are really big. Slime Rancher's been out for a while, but Axiom Verge just released. This was I believe, a Switch exclusive. Could be wrong. You can get the first Axiom Verge on the Switch, but Axiom Verge 2 was a Switch exclusive, I believe. They are very beautiful and well-designed games. Foreclosed, Road 96, Spelunky 2, No More Heroes, Printy Collection. So nothing really in August. Nintendo-wise, like big Nintendo. Obviously, there were a lot of things, but no giant like Legend of Zelda, Monster Hunter Stories. September also was kind of quiet, other than the WarioWare Get It Together. This was the newest entry in the WarioWare franchise, and it's pretty good. It's genuinely a pretty good game. From what I've heard, they've got a ton of new weird mini games to play in it, and if you have friends that you can play with, it's a lot more fun. 2K 2022, never played 2K games because they're really bad and you have to pay to play, basically. Ni no Kuni, Revenant Kingdom came out. That's really cool. Those games are really interesting. Studio Ghibli style, Ghibli. And then another big one was the Diablo 2 remastered game, which is really cool that they're bringing Diablo 2 back, because that is basically heralded as the best Diablo game of all time. Darksiders 3, blah, 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 blah. FIFA 22, yuck. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania. This game was super hyped up, I think, at E3, and people were really excited about it, and it was going to be really cool, and then it just dropped off of my radar. I never heard about it after that. But perhaps the biggest one is Metroid Dread, and that came out on October 8th, as well as Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect is really good, and you should definitely look into it if you like Tetris, because it is a complete, not like a complete overhaul of Tetris, but like it is a love letter to Tetris. It is so good. But Metroid Dread won many awards this year. Metroid Dread is an incredible game. I've not played it. I actually got it for Christmas, so I'm really excited to play it. That will probably be my first game that I play of the new year, but that game is just so cool. I love Metroidvanias, so to have the first side-scrolling Metroid in, I believe, 17 years, I'm pumped for it, and I've heard absolutely great things about it. So that's really cool. Disco Elysium, Dungeon Encounters, blah, 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 Caligula, My Friend Peppa Pig came out. I didn't know that. My Friend Peppa Pig. What a great game, I'm sure. Hold on, let's look at this. My Friend Peppa Pig. Oh no! Oh, this game looks so bad. Not even bad, it looks... Oh no! Hold on, okay, we're gonna watch this. Oh gosh.
My friend Peppa Pig.
Hello everyone, this is my new friend.
Let us start. First off, choose what kind of clothes you will wear. Great. Now choose the animal you want to be. Would you like to wear glasses? Do you want to wear a hat?
Do you want to be a pirate?
You're here. We're going to have the best day ever. Wow. Hello. Dinosaur.
From all of my friends that have kids, Peppa Pig is their enemy. Peppa is the worst little... Oh my goodness. The worst little kids cartoon. Alright, we're done with that. Okay, going on. Can't believe we just spent time on that. Alright, Mario Party Superstars came out on October 29th, and Mario Party Superstars was basically just a bunch of old Mario Party boards and mini games all crammed into this new HD remastered version of it. So that's kind of cool. Moving on to November. Cupid Parasite, World War Z, didn't play those. Binding of Isaac Repentance came out. I don't know if you know this, but I have 100%ed Binding of Isaac. I have not 100%ed Binding of Isaac Repentance, but I have 100%ed that game every single time the DLC has come out up through this game. So Binding of Isaac Afterbirth is the base game, and then Repentance is the DLC. It's a great game. I love Binding of Isaac. It's obviously not the first roguelike, but it is one of the first roguelikes that actually got roguelikes on the map and people playing them. So really special place in my heart, Binding of Isaac. Just Dance 2022, Fast and Furious Football Manager, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. This got #1 for worst game this year on many outlets because it was absolutely one of the worst things, one of the worst definitive editions to ever come of anything. So don't get that game. And Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Shin Megami Tensei 5, that was a huge one that came out. I didn't play it because it doesn't really interest me, but I'm sure that a lot of people really enjoyed this one. These games. And then the biggest one probably I would say is Pokemon Shining Pearl and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Came out in November, and those games are really fun. I got them because there was like a glitch on Walmart's website where you could get both of them for $60 or something. So I ended up getting them, and I've been playing through Brilliant Diamond. It is so much fun. I never played the original Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum on the DS, but oh my gosh, this is such a fun game. I didn't like the chibi art style, thought it looked really bad, wasn't going to pick it up because of that, but at $30 each, I was like, maybe, I might as well, and my friends were playing it, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. It is so much fun. I really like it. I never understood Pokemon as a child, now I kind of get it. It is just kind of a collectathon, and that's all it has to be. And accepting that and appreciating it for what it is, I really enjoy it. Death's Door, Doctor Who, The Edge of Reality, and Beyond Steel Sky, didn't play those. I don't know what that game is. I don't know. Danganronpa, this is supposed to be a good game. This one just came out, Big Brain Academy, Brain vs. Brain, that's supposed to be really good. That's just another Big Brain Academy game, basically. So if you played those, you're going up against the Big Brain, and it's brain teasers and fun stuff like that. Life is Strange. Loop Hero, I've heard, is an absolutely amazing game. I have not played it, but I probably will at some point. They actually just gave it away free on the Epic Game Store, so I will definitely play it at some point. Monster Rancher, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon. I've heard this is really good. I haven't played it. I love the Shovel Knight team, the games, really cool, but I have not played this one. I'll have to check this out and pick it up. I don't know. Let's see. Is this a free game? I don't think it's a free game. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon. It is $20. So, and it's, I believe it's a match 3 kind of game. Not 100% sure. But they obviously, yeah, action-packed puzzle adventure mashup. I don't know. But it's supposed to be really good, so check it out. Chicory and Lacuna. So that is it. Those were all the games from, not all the games, obviously. There were a bunch of indies and other games that didn't make it on this list, but these were a bunch of the like really big games and bigger indie games that came out. And man, oh man, I mean, again, the one that really took me by surprise was Monster Hunter Rise, because like I said, I remember spending several nights watching streams of that, because Monster Hunter, it seems like it's too complicated for me to get into, so I was happy watching it, but again, that was back before I had my surgery, back in my old apartment, back before we had the rat infestation, back before all of this crazy stuff that happened this year, for my new job, before we went on vacation, and all these crazy things, man. It's like, it's crazy to think that all of that happened within this 1 year before I got married. Good Lord, you know what I mean? Like, so much crazy stuff. So, yeah, it's really cool for me, I think, what I like about it is going back, checking out the games that came out and seeing where you were at that point of the year. Because, like, I know I have changed and grown a lot in a year. A lot has happened in a year, thinking about Super Mario 3D World. Remember when that came out? I got it the day it came out and was playing it, and I was just like, it's crazy. It's wild that so much has happened in that time. So anyway, that's about it. Happy New Year, everyone. Next video next week, I'm going to try to get out a video describing a really fun challenge that I have for all of you and that I do myself every year. I've done it for the past 2 years. I'm going to do it for a third this coming year. So definitely tune in and check that out. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your night. Stay safe. I personally have COVID, so we will be staying inside. But for everybody else, stay safe. Be careful out there. Have an awesome rest of your night. Happy New Year. Let's have another great year of fun. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.